Hey guys, so today we're going to explore 7 things that are stopping you achieving financial independence. These are things that are either stopping you from going off on the journey itself or things that are stopping you from having significant progress.
That's right, and this video is here to help you identify what are the core issues and to help you take the next best step to move you forward. I'm Mary.
I'm Ken.
Of the Humble Penny and Financial Joy Academy, and what we do on this channel is to give you the tips, the insights and the practical hacks to help you work towards a dream life of financial independence and money joy.
As we go through this video, if there's anything we mentioned that really hits home for you, that really speaks to you on this video, do please make sure you head down into the comments and just let us know. It'd be good to know which of these 7 points really hits home for you.
And to help this video reach as many people as possible and help them also on their journey, please do like this video, subscribe and share this with someone you think it would help.
Okay, let's jump straight in and explore these 7 points just now.
Okay guys, so the first point is that you want to get rich quick. So we all know somebody, or it's happened to us, where we've fallen for basically a scam. You've been promised the world if you invest your money an X amount with handsome returns.
Why you always lying?
Usually it's just the returns are so ridiculous, but you somehow fall for it, and as a result you've lost all your money and now you don't want to invest your money ever again.
Yeah, this is a huge problem for lots of people because you build up a bit of savings, you go because you want to get rich quick, you go and put that money into something and then it falls down into a hole somewhere. And a lot of people we know personally in our own lives and people who know other people have had this same big problem. And we think what's really kind of underneath this issue, one of the things that's kind of underpinning it, is that people are just lazy in wanting to learn how to actually do the work of making their money work for them. So people then want crazy returns, and by doing that they actually do not get anywhere, and that really inhibits people making that journey, making those leaps towards achieving financial independence. Okay, so the second one is that you are held back by fear, and fear is a huge topic and manifests itself in so many different ways. On a very personal note, I remember many years ago, a big fear I had as somebody who was a first-generation immigrant to a completely new country was this fear of remaining poor financially and not really seeing how that could, how we could kind of break through and open new doors and things like that. And that did hold me back in many ways, but eventually became a positive thing that had created a bit of momentum and motivation to help me kind of come out of it altogether. How else can fear hold people back, do you think, practically?
So people could have, for example, a fear of investing their money. You don't want to invest your money because you're afraid of losing it through investments, and as a result you don't invest at all and you don't make any money because you've left it in a savings account which is generating no interest whatsoever. In fact, you're making a loss. Another fear can show through a fear caused by limiting belief. So you might look around people around you and say, look, this person or no one around me has achieved this level of success. No one around me is aiming for financial independence, so why should I be the one to aim for financial independence? So basically it's a fear of success.
Yes. Yeah, other limiting beliefs include the ones around I'm not good enough, I don't have the skills to help me achieve this particular goal, in this case financial independence. Other people say things such as I'm too old maybe, or I'm of a particular gender, or I come from a particular background, and so on. And then there are other limiting beliefs that not many people talk about as well, such as more religious types, where we had somebody message us on Instagram saying that they'd basically not been saving money all these years because they'd just grown up being told that trying to make money is a bad thing. Which is a really, quite a damaging and limiting thing for people to face, essentially. We'd love to hear from you guys. Can you relate to any of those limiting beliefs? Because we've known many people who could relate to them. Let us know in the comments if those really stick out to you as things that you are being challenged with in your own life today.
Okay, so point number 3 is that you have no concrete plan. So in your head, you're working towards financial independence, when really if you think about it and you look at it, you're actually not doing anything. You're not working towards financial independence at all. You have no concrete plan.
We refer to this as living in kind of dreamland, as it were, because so many people start the year with a lot of excitement because financial independence To many people, it's just a trend, but to us, it's actually a real destination that you can get to one day if you actually had a plan. A good question to ponder on, really, is we've got two questions actually specifically. It's for you to ask yourself, what does your version of financial independence look like in numbers and why? The second question tied to that is, if you could, on a very simple sheet of paper, could you write down what your financial independence plan looks like? If you answer those questions and you're able to come up with a good enough answer to them, then you've got evidence in your life that you have some form of a plan that you're working towards.
That's right.
Number 4 is that you are living too comfortably. Yeah, that probably shocked you, right? The thing is, there are two ways you can look at this. The first one is that you're living that middle class life where you're probably making for yourself a good income. But guess what? That income faces a lot of expenses each month. So you become that person living that comfortable life and doing what people do. But at the end of every month, you have very little to put away in savings. And by not being able to save money, you have a very low savings rate. And by doing that, you are not making any progress towards financial independence.
Yeah, and the second point is that you're in your comfort zone. And so you have a decent job, you get paid every month, your pay's quite decent, and yeah, everything's fine around you. However, because of that idea, that side hustle idea that you've had, or any alternative ways to make money, you've not pursued it because you're too comfortable, basically.
You don't take any of it seriously.
Yeah.
And this is a real thing, because we've had people say this to us, right?
Yeah, there's no urgency, basically, and you need to almost become uncomfortable to be able to take action.
Yeah.
Okay, so point number 5 is that you're not growing and developing yourself. So ask yourself these questions. Do you watch YouTube videos and do nothing with the information? Have you been in the same job for about 5 years or more, but you hate your job? Do you have your closest friends who are underachievers and so do not push you personally in your journey?
Answers to these questions, if you answered yes to them, is an indicator that you are not basically growing or developing in some way towards achieving your goals. And the thing we've learned on our journey is that financial independence, a big portion of it is really about personal development and growth. And when we think about that, we look at it beyond just merely learning stuff or even understanding stuff. So it's not just about watching YouTube videos, reading books, listening to podcasts, going on conferences, getting a coach. It's not just about that. It's also about actually taking the steps to do stuff, to try stuff, to be experimental, to make mistakes. And it's through doing that latter part I just mentioned that the real learning happens. So you want to really try and, make personal development a big part of what you're doing beyond just learning, but actually applying and taking action.
Yes.
Point 6 is that you're too scared to seek practical ways to increase your income. Now, this one's very interesting because when people think about increasing their income, the focus is usually on just increasing the income. But what we've learned on that journey is that the beginning of doing that, actually taking that step to do that, actually does a lot more. Because what it does is it really starts to make you someone who is enterprising. And I remember my mum using that word a lot, that word enterprising. And it took us going on this journey ourselves to really figure out what that means for us.
Yeah.
What it really means for us is that you activate a level of creativity within you. It's inbuilt within you where you start to become that person who says, I want to take some steps to increase my income. And I think that brings quite a fair bit of attitude.
Yeah.
Positive attitude in a way, because this is a reason why we refer to the people in our community as our dream makers.
Yes.
Because you've gotten to a stage where you're saying, do you know what, enough is enough. This, what I've got now, is not all I can aim for. I'm going to take a different step. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to fear less every day and take that step to develop my personal confidence by doing that, become more enterprising and increase my income over time. So I'm just mentioning that point. So when you think about your income, don't just think of it as I want to increase my income and therefore I'm making more money. It's beyond that, because you are ultimately becoming someone else. There's a transformation that's actually happening. And I think that's where the real magic is on this journey.
That's right. Okay, so point number 7 is that you lack self-awareness. And if there is anything that I've learned on this journey is that you need to understand who you are and what matters to you the most. Most people live a version of their life now which originated from watching other people and almost doing what they see other people doing.
Yeah, and I think what's really powerful about what you said there is this idea of really understanding who we are helps us to actually decide what version of life we want to have.
Yes.
And that carries with it a lot of power.
Yeah.
Actually, because if you're able to say over time through understanding who you are that this is actually where we want to go, it just removes all the distractions. You stop caring so much what other people think. And I think the other thing it does as well is that it almost forces you to give yourself the permission to get out there and smash it.
Exactly, the permission to succeed. Yes, right. So guys, we've got some questions for you for reflection. Which one of those 7 points that we made have you found that is stopping you from starting that journey towards financial independence, or is stopping your progress in some way? Let us know in the comments below and we'll jump in there too.
Yep, and if you've really enjoyed this video, come on, show us some love, hit that like button, hit the share and get somebody else to watch this video, as well as hit that subscribe button as well.
Thank you so much for watching this
Thanks,
video,
guys. And as ever,
in all things,
be thankful and seek joy. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.